It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the 49ers sure-handed wide receiver. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the 49ers and the Seahawks under the lights on Thursday night.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. As CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup. Well, they're pacing the NFL in passing yardage this season, but a tough test awaits them to stay in that top spot as they face one of the league's best secondaries.
And partner, with how they've played this season, both sides are awfully confident they'll be able to put up big-time numbers. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game just because of that. So let's say it together. Eventually, something's got to give.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah. How
does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
A run by Dallas to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And now as we get toward the home stretch here, the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play, even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
From the 27, Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
3rd and 2, Smith.
And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The stats you're looking for offensively, right? They can play the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Under pressure, they got him again. Gerald and got the sack there. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
They are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On 1st down, Smith. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's got his tight end Finn. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Finn hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today, and zinger or 2. I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 9 carries, 55 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Niners had 8 and 5 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They run the option on second down.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, first down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Johnson now on first down.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Johnson.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. That may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's going to go down. Safe back at the 13-yard line. The 330-pounder Alan Williams brings the boom on the sack. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense is playing well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
It's a gain of 35.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Dallas up the middle. And able to get this to the 31. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
This is Dallas, an inside handoff.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal from 28 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the 49ers settling in for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Over the middle. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to run now. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
Well, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. Walker going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Walker once more.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he is going to have it. first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Off the play fake. Johnson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so... on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. Because this has been something to watch so far. This is when you really feel for the quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Nwosu, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case... for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a 2nd time.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or 2 too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Smith on 3rd down.
This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino. Walker with a grab, left side.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Smith. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, a little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From his end zone, Wilson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get... This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in this first half of action.
Johnson's throw pulled in by Kittle. Oh, a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
Operating from the gun, Johnson.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Lockett. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Gino on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Smith, and Walker has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
2nd down and 5.
Throwing now is Gino. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 24. The drive there is spanning 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off for the touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Danny Gray
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. This team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense. can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more.
I think step. Time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Man, where has the season gone? We're into week 15 now. So let's give everybody a look at what's coming up here on what should be a very interesting weekend of football. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears as they get set to host the Philadelphia Eagles. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Then on Sunday night, this one will be very interesting. The Patriots head west to take on their former offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, and the Las Vegas Raiders. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check out their numbers on the ground.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play? Those coordinators, they just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Johnson to throw on second down. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense of this, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Brandon, they're still in the lead. The momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. On 1st and 10, Smith. That's complete to a speedy wideout, Goodwin. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Geno now to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Smith throwing again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. He's past the 30.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Nice move at the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. Well, with him trailing here in the 2nd half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Johnson.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. He'll get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now Johnson from the gun on 3rd down.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Johnson on, it's poke free. Football's out. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
This red zone is where the Seahawks crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
The kick by Gold is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Up comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, this will be Dallas.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Running right, here's Walker. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job on 1st down. And now they got their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. They're trying to increase the pressure.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Johnson now throwing to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now we give right side McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right.
To pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. is Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Now Geno. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DJ Dallas, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
From his end zone, Wilson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Danny Gray, the 49er offense, headed back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Johnson. Going to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. And now it looks like they're going to be in the buyout. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Smith. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead's now 24. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Remember, they have won 3 straight. Beginning to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So 8 yards on the completion there. And this will wind up with a big 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Johnson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll look to throw again.
Able to find Gray here.
Back to throw again.
Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And
to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's called downfield by Kittle.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Johnson on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's got a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Johnson's throw complete there to McLeod. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Niners first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Running left is Walker.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Seahawks,
their battle to finish above 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6 and 8 on the year.
And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall to 8 and 6 with the loss.
And they will be back home.